So welcome everyone. Super nice to have you here in this Building the Future Hackathon onboarding session. So today we'll walk you through a great agenda presented by our core organization team. Just to give you an insight on the companies that are sponsoring this Building the Future Hackathon. So of course, Microsoft is very involved here, alongside with Galp and Go With Flow. Galp is actually the startup that's affiliated with, Go With Flow is actually the startup that's affiliated with Galp and has a very strong focus on electric mobility. We're hosting our hackathon in the Taikai platform, which is an online hackathon platform. And we have the support of iMatch in building this great initiative for you. So these are the agenda that we'll be walking you through today. We'll start first with presenting you the core team, the jury, and the mentors. So these will be the people that will be helping you in building your solutions and along this journey. Second, we'll be exploring the challenges. We have 5 challenges for you, and we'll be taking a closer look at the Taikai platform as well. We'll go a bit deeper on the timeline. So we'll see 4 important dates for you to keep in mind. We'll do also a deep dive on the ideation phase and the development phase, because these are the 2 main stages at which you really need to build something to show to the jury and to the team. Then we'll give you some examples, some good examples of past hackathons and projects that you should take in mind when building your solution. Then we'll go through the evaluation process and criteria. So this part is just to give you a very transparent overview of what the evaluation process and criteria is for the hackathon. Then we'll take a look at the Microsoft Teams as a communication tool. And finally, we'll have the next steps, which are very important actions for you to do in order to get started. So first of all, this is our core organization team. From left to right, it's myself. My name is André Valente. I'm a commercial marketing coordinator at Microsoft. We then have Miguel Almeida, which is our project manager from iMatch. Rita Fernandes, which is a marketing manager at Microsoft as well, and Susana Felicio, representing here the Microsoft Azure side with the Dev PMM, and is going to help us out with amazing techie stuff for you guys. So we have our jury as well. These are the 4 members of our jury, each representing a company. We have Marco Silva, which is digital advisor and one of our AI ambassadors at Microsoft. Then we have Rui Vieira, electric mobility lead at Galp. Fabio Oliveira, product manager and also lead in terms of electric mobility solutions in Go With Flow. And then Pedro which we thought would make a lot of sense having as a representative for GitHub. These amazing mentors are going to be helping you out through the challenge. Don't worry about too much about the subtitles of team mentors and AMA mentors. We'll explain that later on, but just keep in mind these will be the people helping you out building your solutions, and they're mainly from Microsoft, in exception of 1 or 2. So really take advantage of all the talent that you'll be having to help you build these great projects. So let's take just a brief overview in the challenges. You're probably very familiar with them because you already registered, and we actually asked you to give us sort of an opinion on what you think your challenge would be. It's not something very necessary, but it was just something to give us a perspective on what kind of challenges are going to be made. So first of all, we're going to have a challenge on vehicle to grid and vehicle to home applications. This is becoming increasingly a hotter topic because electric mobility is on the rise, of course. Then we have engaging microgrid and e-mobility users to share data on profiles and patterns. And of course, this is a really great opportunity. If you have some data skills, if you know about machine learning, you can really take advantage of AI and machine learning to stand out in this project. Then thirdly, we have designing the right infrastructure for shared electric mobility from bikes to cars. As the shared electric mobility vehicles grows stronger and stronger, we also need an infrastructure that grows at the same rate. And so this is a challenge that's very important, especially when you talk about the management of cities. Then on the fourth challenge, we have blockchain for mobility, disruptive applications. Personally, this is the topic that I'm most waiting for. I'm very curious to see what kind of projects and solutions you build on this, because I mean, blockchain is an application and a technology that has huge potential now, and so I'm very curious to see what you guys can bring on this challenge. And finally, we have surprise topics. The logic behind this is we didn't want to give you a very narrow perspective on the challenges. We also want to give you the freedom and creativity to come up with your own challenges. And so we give you this topic for you to surprise us, even surprise yourselves. Maybe you have an idea, you didn't had time to develop it yet. And so this is the perfect opportunity for you to have the guidance of mentors, having juries, giving feedback on your solution. And so, yeah, I mean, I think any of these challenges is good, and we're looking forward for you to come up with awesome solutions. This is the Taikai website. Of course, you registered already if you're seeing this, so you are pretty familiar with it. One note I would say about the website is that there's a lot of tabs here, and each tab has a lot of information on it, but we try to be as information rich in this platform for you guys to have all the information on your side. Some tabs that are very important are the rules, the timeline. You can also go to the FAQs tab if you have some questions. And also in the FAQs tab, you have emails where you can contact us personally in case you didn't find your answer in any of these tabs. So in terms of the timeline, we have 4 very important dates for you to remember. Of course, this information is also available in the website, but the first stage is the ideation phase. This is from 19 February to 4th March. And probably this already started if you're seeing this session. So the ideation phase, we have a bunch of deliverables for you guys to deliver, and they're all available in the website. But here, what we really want is just for you to build a draft and build the concept of your solution. During this stage, you'll have access to the Ask Me Anything mentors. This will be through Microsoft Teams, and we'll be explaining later on how to access that. But this stage is really important for you to make your project stand out, because we'll be picking 10 finalist teams to move on to the actual development phase. So this deliberation period will be from 5th to 11 March. And on the 12th March, we'll be announcing the 10 finalist teams. We'll also give you around 2-3 days for you to just gather your team and organize yourselves in order to start the development phase. We also have Azure passes. So we're going to give you $500 in Azure passes for each team for you to develop in Microsoft Azure if you choose to do so. And from this stage onwards, you'll have access to more mentors. So you'll have access to a team mentor, which is a completely dedicated mentor that you will have in the development phase that will guide your team and will be sort of your point of contact whenever you have doubts. And also subject matter experts that you can reach out to and book sessions. Because, I mean, if you're working on data and you have a doubt on that specific topic, you can reach out to one of our experts in data and they can help you out with that. So the development phase is 1 week. The reason why we put 1 week is because we know a lot of you are working from home, maybe you have kids or maybe you have a daily job, and it can be complicated, especially in today's circumstances, to just do a prototype or build a solution in a weekend. So we're giving you 1 week for you to not rush your solutions and your process. Then from the 22 to the 24th March, we'll have the jury deliberating on the winners. And on the 24th of March, in a still to be announced schedule, we'll have a pitch event where you'll have the opportunity, alongside with your team, to pitch your solution and your message to the jury about your project. And finally, we'll be announcing the winners on the 25th March. And yeah, I mean, this day can be a bit extended if the juries take longer, but yeah, probably on the 25th of March, you already know the winners. and you'll be able to receive your prizes later on. So without further ado, I pass my word. I don't know if that's the correct expression or not, but I'll give my word to Miguel.
Perfect. So thank you, Andre. I'll be talking about the ideation phase. This is the 2 weeks where we will be developing your idea. So what you want to do and how do you want to do it. So you'll need to submit your project idea until the 4th of March. But first, you need to have your team. And if you don't have a team, it's very easy to find one. You have 2 options. So either you join an existing team, an existing project, or either you create your project and add team members. And we set up two videos to actually help you with this process. It's very simple. Andre, can you help me, please?
So the first option is to create a team for which you need to create a project. If you want to create a project but you don't have a team, it's very easy to find one. The first option is creating a job opening. So you just go to the matchmaking tab on your project page and create a position. So let's say if you're looking for an AI specialist, you just need to add a description and then the skill you're looking for, so artificial intelligence, and create. And those who are looking for a team will be able to apply to this position. The second option is by going back to the challenge page on the Innovators tab. You'll be able to invite anyone who is looking for a team, so anyone whose button invite to project is available. Just click those and then invite. You can also just join an existing project and let's see how. If you don't have a clear idea on what you want to do and you want to join a project, just go to the matchmaking tab on the challenge page and set yourself available to being invited to a team. Remember to update the skills on your profile because that will help you stand out from other innovators. Also, in the matchmaking tab, you can search for open positions on projects and apply to them.
Perfect. So once your team is pulled together, you now need to start developing your idea. And to do so, you will use the Taikai project page. It's very easy. It's very intuitive to use this platform. It's very easy for you to add text and titles and graphs and images and videos. And we actually advise you to do so because the more descriptive you are with your project, the better will the judges evaluate it. But more important than describing your project is actually going through these 5 points here. So it's very important for you to answer the problem you're aiming to solve. So how does your project, what is the problem your project aims to answer, and the value proposition. So how does your project actually solves the problem? How is it different from the existing ones? How it adds value to the world. Also, how would your solution and approach work? And here it's important for you to think about the user's perspective. How also the technology and the team. So describe the technologies you're using, how do they work, and also the team, not only on your profiles, but also on the Taikai page, just for us to have an idea of who you are and where do you come from. And that's it. So make sure you answer these 5 points. And also during the ideation phase, you will have the help of the Ask Me Anything mentors. So you'll be given access to Microsoft Teams, and there you'll find a channel, and at any time you can ask your question, and one of the mentors will be helping you out. Perfect, thank you. We selected a few rules and FAQs just to make sure that you have this information in mind. But as Andrea said before, this is all on the platform, on the rules tab and FAQs tab. But it's important that you know that participants must be at least 18 years old, that the teams must have 3 to 5 participants. You must be tired of reading this. And also that you should have an active presence throughout the hackathon. Regarding the projects, teams can have an idea developed, but it's very important that it has not been invested or participated in previous competitions or won money for it. Also, innovators must guarantee that the project is their own work, and that the project will be developed using Microsoft Azure. So that's what you need to know about the projects mainly. Regarding the intellectual property, it's very easy. So you own what you create. It's as simple as that. No rights are transferred to the organization, and we are all in a friendly environment. So there's no reason for us to not be nice to one another, to the organization, to the mentors, to the team. So just have a positive attitude and a friendly attitude. And finally, the communication will be done through Microsoft Teams, as we said. I believe Susanna will explain it better afterwards, but you'll find the link on the platform, and there you'll be able to ask the mentors any questions, to also chat and video chat with your team. Anything you need will be available on Microsoft Teams. To the development phase. So if you are one of the best 10 ideas, your team will be moving on to the development phase. And during this week, you'll be developing your prototype using Microsoft Azure. So each of the 10 finalists will get a $500 pass to access the Azure system and to start building the solution. Here you'll have not only the Ask Me Anything mentors that you already had on the ideation phase, but also you'll be able to have sessions with the subject matter expert mentors, and also you have a dedicated team mentor. So it's a person exclusively dedicated to help you during this week. Here it's very important that you update your Taikai project description and add the final section of the results and conclusions you may have find out, and upload a short video and make sure that this video really showcases your project, your process, how it works, how does it solve the problem, and also make sure that it's appealing, because this will be the first thing that we will see when we enter your project page. Of course, if you need to upload any other relevant documentation, or if you have any code, just submit it and submit a GitHub link in case you have one. As André said, we will have on the 24th of March a final pitch. So this will be the final subject of evaluation of the jury. You will pitch your project to the jury on a live event, and it's the last chance for you to really sell your idea, to sell your project. And if you're not comfortable with making a pitch, don't worry, because we'll have a mentor specially dedicated to the pitch, and that will be giving a session further on. So just make sure you check the updates to find out when. And finally, we just wanted to leave you here with some examples of things that we find very complete and very well described. These obviously are not meant to guide you, but just for you to know what we think that is a problem, a good problem identification, a good solution description, a good video, and what is a Taikai project page with good graphic support. So you'll be getting the PowerPoint presentation, so you'll be having access to the links. Moving on to you, Rita.
Thank you so much, Miguel, for all your explanations about the ideation and the development process. I hope that everyone is still as enthusiastic as we are. So in terms of the evaluation process and criteria, so here's how it's all going to work. So Taikai has its own digital currency called Kai, and which our mentors and the jury will distribute among all projects. In total, we have 100,000 to be distributed, and in the ideation phase, only 20K will be distributed by our mentors and the jury. Of course, in the development phase, the rest will be distributed by the jury. And so moving on into more detail about the whole evaluation criteria. So we have come up with 5 main criteria that we believe that are important to evaluate your projects and your ideas. But for the ideation phase, only the first 4 will be essential for you. So in terms of the first, the jury and our mentors will look at the innovation potential of your ideas. For instance, how much added value are you bringing to the world of electric mobility? And next, we will be looking into if there is a clear problem or need being addressed. And of course, we also have to evaluate the overall progress of your project and the functionalities of it. And finally, it is important to check if the theme of your project is, of course, aligned to the core theme of our hackathon. And because in the development phase, you guys will also have to deliver a small pitch, the jury will also take into consideration to choose the final winners. And it's very important that overall you guys are very descriptive with what you deliver, because the jury and the mentors, that's how the mentors and the jury will have access to the information and to the projects that you guys created. And so this is a more detailed version of what I just said. I highly recommend that you go through better at your own pace. And so moving on, Susanna, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Rita. Thank you, André. Thank you, Miguel. This is a fantastic onboarding session for all our participants. So regarding teams, and please move forward to the next slide. As soon as you apply to the Building the Future Hackathon, what we will do next is to take your contacts and create as an user for our team's tenant, specifically for this hackathon. We will have all the core team, the jury, and the mentors onboarded on our teams. So you can see here in the picture, we will have a general channel as usual. And then we will have an Ask Me Anything channel, is exactly for that what you are thinking. Every question that you have, even if it's for the core team or if it's for one mentor or any question that you have, we will be very happy to help you. And there is the right place to have your questions. Then we will have also a channel for the jury, but this is a private one, and also for the mentors as a private channel as well, to be able to have all the information that we need to coordinate with both of them. Also, in the tabs, you will have the opportunity to book your sessions with the mentors. So there you will have a quick link to each of the calendars of our mentors, and there you can book sessions with your team mentor or with the subject matter expert mentor. So besides Takai have all the communication about the hackathon, also in Teams, we will drive the same communications to make sure that you are pretty aware of the milestones and what are the timings that you have to accomplish. Next slide, please. So just to have a quick overview on the platform that we suggest to our mentors, they will be using Calendly, which basically they can set up 2 or 3 different meetings. These meetings will be automatic updated with their own calendar, and you can select the specific time slot and date that you would like to book this time from your mentors, just to make sure that you only can book a slot from your team mentor or from the subject matter expert. All the mentors that we have to answer in the Ask Me Anything channel, you don't need to book a slot. Your answers will be answered quickly. Thank you. You can move to the next slide. So just a quick round for the next steps. And once again, we remember that all the contacts for our core team are available in the Taikai platform, as well as once you are onboarded on Teams, you can also reach us. But just for keep you focus on the next steps, it's important to form a team if you do not have one yet. It's also important that you leverage the help of our mentors on Microsoft Teams. We have amazing mentors onboarded and they are looking forward to help you guys. You also should read carefully all the requirements, rules, and frequently asked questions. Also stay tuned with all the updates that we are going to send out. And also, please, you can find this deck on the resources tab of the Taikai platform, as well as this recording if you are already watching it. And please start creating your disruptive project and make sure you have all the deliverables ready until the ideation phase next 4th of March. Thank you so much. And we all wish you the best of luck. We are looking forward to have all your challenges to go to the next phase to have the 10 teams onboarded. Thank you so much.